I have been a credentialed minister in one of the largest denominations in America for more than 30 years now. And during that time, I have never witnessed anything like what took place last weekend in Minneapolis. The incident that transpired at City's Church on January the 18th, when approximately 36 protesters deliberately disrupted the morning worship service being conducted, demands an appropriate and also proportional response. You see, these activists hijacked the worship of congregants by loudly chanting slogans such as "Ice Out" and "Justice for Renee Good." The protest was so egregious that it forced the service to conclude. And in the process, it denied American citizens the basic constitutional right to assemble and worship. You see, the First Amendment guarantees the right to worship through two key clauses. First is the Establishment Clause, which prohibits the government from establishing or promoting any specific religious persuasion. Secondly is the Free Exercise Clause, which prevents the government from disallowing people from practicing their faith. The right protects both beliefs and actions, provided they serve no danger to the safety and health of the general public. You see, the organizers of the meeting that transpired on January the 18th included members of the Black Lives Matter Minnesota group, the Racial Justice Network, and Don Lemon of the Lemon Media Network. These planners violated both of these articles. They infringed on another group's right to worship. The rationale behind the decision to invade the church did not justify the violation of federal law. The protest did not happen outside, but rather the takeover took place inside the church house while people were worshiping God. Now, people can be angry about public policy, and in this case, the operations of immigration enforcement agencies. But the church is not fair game for bullying tactics or acts of intimidation. Whatever a person thinks about ICE is irrelevant in this context. Political coercion inside a location designated as a house of worship is a line that civilized society cannot cross. Mocking worshipers with both class and race-charged provocation is not only contemptuous, it is illegal. And that is the reason why the DOJ had no option but to take action and arrest those involved in this blatant disregard of fundamental law and basic rights. Protest is one thing, but targeting ordinary families at worship is another matter altogether. And this is why people who aren't even involved politically should be alarmed. The behavior of this group, if it is left unpunished, establishes a dangerous precedent. If activists can invade a church because they dislike a certain person's place of employment, or for any other reason for that matter, then no faith community is left safe from being turned into a political battleground, including Christian schools. You see, a pluralistic society cannot survive when this clearly delineated line of demarcation is violated. The idea that reaching a certain level of anger somehow justifies the disruption of a worship service is unallowable. Now, I'm afraid that most in the church will fall into the trap of virtue signaling. That is this. I'm afraid that many will express their outrage and they will join the cause verbally, but they will never take steps. They will never pursue actions guaranteeing such a thing never happen again. You see, expressing support for a cause without tangible action only emboldens those that seek to silence people they disagree with. So, pastors, criticism is one thing, but oftentimes it is a substitute for genuine action. If I make this video and do nothing more, I will be guilty of allowing the normalization of this social crime. So I speak to you, fellow clergy. Make it clear to your congregations and your leadership teams that this type of insanity will not be tolerated in your respective house of worship. Be proactive. Put a plan in place to crush any type of illegal incursion the moment it is initiated, should it in fact ever happen in your place of worship. I am Billy Anger, and I want you to stay informed.